Fellow Kenyans, these are further calls for a formation of transition government amidst recent corruption allegations. I speak to you today with a heavy heart about a serious issue that has been plaguing our country for many years: corruption and state officials' engagement in the vice. I note with concern that last week the president's accusations of corruption against MPs have been met with blame shifting between the executive, parliament, and judiciary, and this matter has been politicized instead of being addressed with the seriousness and weight it deserves, especially coming from the president himself. Given the gravity of corruption, which affects service delivery in land rights, citizens' documentation, healthcare and education, a decisive, actionable solution is critical, especially now that we have just witnessed another mega corruption scandal unfolding in the Ministry of Health, where patients lack the necessary cover, with some stuck abroad, while a few known individuals siphoned the Social Health Authority (SHA) funds through fake hospitals that seem to have been registered this year in 2025 and approved the same day by the very ministry. The president, who is the highest public officer in the land, should name and shame corrupt officials instead of making blanket statements that aim to condemn everyone in the House of Parliament. We know there are corrupt members of Parliament, but we also have respectable members that they should not be crucified together with their own rotten peers in the blanket condemnation. If the National Assembly is indeed corrupt, violating public financial management laws, the President should dissolve Parliament as per Article 261 of the Constitution and stop playing the carrot and stick game. What President William Ruto should do is borrow a leaf from former President Mwai Kibaki, who fired his whole cabinet after the public lost confidence in his team. To restore institutional stability and uplift the three pillars of governance, the President must show sincere interest in fighting corruption by naming and prosecuting corrupt members of Parliament, or dissolve Parliament and call for new parliamentary elections. If this cannot be done, then a transitional government may be necessary to implement reforms in electoral, governance, and economic sectors to alleviate the pressures Kenyans are currently facing. It is important to note that in every election cycle, in their manifestos, the career politicians benchmark with Singapore, and thus it's only imperative that they must now live to the standards of Singapore. If this was Singapore, the corrupt MPs could have been in prison by now. Even the president himself, for being the supervising authority when these hideouts, corruption deeds, are being witnessed under his watch. Singapore is a first world country because the head of government neither jokes nor politicizes the fight against corruption, as this vice is considered an existential threat to national security, national prosperity, and national competitiveness. In Kenya, it is now clear that the only incentive for government to do anything is corruption. This is evident in any initiative the government undertakes, such as SHA, University Funding Model, the former Adani, e-Citizen, privatization of state corporations, fake fertilizer, Kazi Maju, bills in Parliament, and even the cabinet decision to import GMOs, among others. Politics has become business, and corruption has become its reward. It is time for this country to evolve from bloated, broad-based, and corrupt government to a lean and clean government. Politicians must start loving their people and country, since it's only Kenya that we have. It is an undeniable fact that the president has demonstrated clear and direct lack of confidence in the 13th Parliament, just as Parliament has expressed lack of confidence in the president. It seems William Ruto did not read the job description of being president of the Republic of Kenya before applying for the job, but took the job for the perceived privileges and personal gratification. He needs to know that the presidency is for national duty, not personal privileges for himself and his circle of friends. It is high time the president gives directives that will provide radical surgery in all the failed institutions and organs of government, rather than play political narratives aimed at 2027 elections. He needs to seriously address the issues that affect the country now, that is corruption. If he cannot do this single most important duty for love of country, as any reasonable president would do, like it happened in South Africa with Jacob Zuma and several prime ministers in UK, then it's the right time to say his government has failed and there is a need for immediate formation of the transitional government. The transitional government will be tasked with implementing reforms in electoral, governance, and economy to ease the immediate pressures facing Kenyans at the moment, which the president has been unable to solve, is not solving, has no capacity to solve, hence will never be solved, even in the 2027 polls, since corruption is being weaponized and aimed to determine outcome of the 2027 elections by subverting the sovereign will of the Kenyan people. Let's all have a progressive nation-building journey towards a corrupt-free Kenya. God bless Kenya. God bless you all. Thank you.